close. That's like, don't give it just like, what's up, man?
Basically, ma'am, can you just explain kind of just briefly what's happening today?
Sure. Today is the first step in Blitz. It's offloading all of the rolling stock and just equipment and containers off of the lighterage to get it up to the ground lots that we have here at Coronado.
Okay. And what is the significance of, I guess, what's going on over here?
The significance of it, it's a Marine Expeditionary Brigade rehearsal. So for a MEB-sized element, we need to know how quickly we can get into theater, what kind of footprint we're going to be leaving, and what kind of forces we can build from different avenues such as beaches, ports, and airfields.
Okay. And how do you think it's gone so far, ma'am?
So far, it's been very, very smooth. It's minimal delays, minimal equipment malfunctions. It's still early, but the Navy has been cooperating with us wonderfully. We've been working shoulder to shoulder out there with them on the beach, and everything's been going very well, very efficient.
Okay. And if a crisis did happen, how quickly could you guys actually pull everything off and actually be on the ground ready to go?
A crisis such as something falling off the lighter edge, or
just anything where you guys would actually have to pull all this equipment and everything, and
you'd have to recover. I guess if there was a crisis, it would probably take about an hour. With all the personnel that we have out here and the communication that we've established, the slowest moving part would be the lighter edge getting back out to the Loomis.
Okay. And how has it been working, I guess, with other nations? Just working with them in terms of getting everything offloaded, all the moving parts that are associated with that?
Going into a new country is not as something that I can speak to from personal experience, but from a planning process standpoint, you need to know what your host nation can provide for you and what you can provide for them. Sometimes that can be very complex in terms of security, ports that are available to us, beaches that are available to us, because you can't just land anywhere, unfortunately. So it's having relationship and a host nation agreement with that nation that you're about to move into, and understanding what your resources are and your relationship with them.
And that's all I got, ma'am, unless you have anything you think would help me tell, I guess, what's happening today.
Let me think for a second, because with them, I sort of regretted not saying certain things. For training exercises with Don Blitz, it's just that, it's a training exercise. So we want to identify problems while we're here. We want to make sure that we're being safe and we're keeping the Marines put to work and getting them their good training, so that when we do go into theater, we can be safe and moving like a well-oiled machine. But the most important thing, I think, is what kind of forces we know we can build in what amount of time. So the Marine Corps likes to be fast, and we like to be the first ones in, but we also want to be able to leave just the same and leave everything the way we found it. So leaving a small footprint and moving our forces safely and quickly as possible, I guess.
Just for simple questions, but why do you feel it's so important to conduct exercises like this with the Marines and then obviously sailors throughout the year? And just why that's...
Well, first off, let's talk about why is MPF important. You know, it's something that we haven't done in a long time. We haven't done an MPF operation since OIF-2, when we used the MPF to bring ashore our equipment that we ended up using in Iraq and then shifted over to Afghanistan. But throughout the Marine Corps' recent history, MPF has been a critical enabler for a whole host of expeditionary operations, from Desert Shield, Desert Storm, to Somalia, where it was the capability that brought the MAGTF into Mogadishu and allowed us to conduct Operation Restore Hope, to the opening of OIF-1 and OIF-2, where MPF became the force that enabled us to rapidly build up Marine combat power ashore and conduct those operations. So coming back out of those land-based operations that we've been doing over the last few years in Iraq and Afghanistan, it's important to get the muscle memory of what it takes to come off of those MPF ships, distribute that equipment throughout the MAGTF, and stand up the combat power that's currently pre-positioned aboard all those ships. Marry them up with the Marines and sailors flying in from either Camp Pendleton or any of the other MEFs that are out there, and provide real combat power, real capability ashore with a minimum amount of lift that's required out there. So an exercise like this gives us that ability to get that muscle memory back of how hard it is to come off of one of those MPF ships, to come across the ocean, to land on a beach and then have to get off the beach and stand up that capability somewhere else. That's the critical thing that we're doing here.